Welcome back to the Buzz in the Box podcast. I'm your host, Eric Fogarty, and I'm joined with my two co-hosts today, Jude Rondina and Michael Feldbloom. How's it going today, guys?
Hey boys, how you doing?
Good. How are you, Eric?
Thank you. We're 6 for 6, felling me asking me how I'm doing.
Bro, it was six for
And
six like 2 times ago.
no, it was 5 for 5 last time, I promise.
No. Anyway, go ahead.
Full
Anyway.
disclosure to Julia, I do not hate her. You can continue.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's not get into that. Anyway, how I'm doing – 50-50. The reason is because I found my Leafs jersey.
Good job, man.
It's an old one, but at the same time, the Leafs also lost and played a pretty poor game against the Vancouver Canucks. Lost 4-2. So that's why I'm not doing very well. But yeah, let's just get straight into this review because I think I have the most to say just because I watched the game pretty in depth and I kind of got to rip on some guys. So the third line started for some reason. Did you guys notice that at the start of the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of a little weird. I don't really know. I think it was because they're kind of like energy last game and they were lights out tonight. So
Well, it has to do with matchups too. Just like Keith wanted to screw with their lineup too.
yeah.
And he wanted to check out the matchups before the game even really started. So
Yeah.
that was part of it.
Yeah, and I guess it didn't really work for Toronto, but
No.
to be fair, the Canucks did play a pretty good game.
Well, it worked in the first game.
Yeah, 4 minutes in, 4 minutes and 40 seconds, Matthews takes a bad penalty just before that, which leads to a power play goal for the Canucks. There's nothing really Anderson could have done.
You can tell Matthews is frustrated.
Yeah.
That was a sick pass from Miller.
Yeah, he hasn't scored a goal in what, 3 games?
5 now.
5. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, he went a scoreless game before he was injured, and then he got injured and came back, and I think he's played 4 games now. Back from injury, so that was his 4th. So 5 games now, I think, without a goal.
That's
which
pretty
is not
rough for him, especially that's hurting his Rocket Richard chances as well.
That's a big slump, and the fact that he's still in the lead for the Rocket Richard is kind of crazy.
Yeah, by a lot too.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And the thing I wrote down next was the Leafs having gone 2 games this season in a row without getting points. And as we know now after the game, they did lose. So this is the first time they have back-to-back regulation losses, unfortunately. But it was probably bound to happen sometime in the season. It's good that it doesn't happen near playoffs. And then Demko again. Leafs run into a hot goalie. And this guy was really hot. He was playing like Jesus Christ out there.
Mm-hmm.
And the Leafs still struggling to break out of their zone. The one thing I noticed last game, Vancouver played a really good trap. I don't know if you guys picked up on that, but the Leafs tried to break out of their zone, it just wasn't working. Against Edmonton, they were doing it flawlessly, and then this game and last game against the Canucks just played the trap to perfection. The Leafs can't do anything. They're missing passes. Marner with the turnovers. We're gonna get into that later, because do I have a lot to say about Marner. But in the turn of events, the Leafs actually started to pick up momentum. 15 or 16 minutes in, it was a huge pass by Kerfoot and then a wicked shot by Tavares.
Yeah,
Did you guys catch that goal?
Yeah,
that was really nice.
Yeah.
That was a classic Tavares goal right there.
Slap shot, top cheese. Can't get any better than that.
Yeah, it's good to see him get on the board right in 5-on-5 play.
Yeah, and then even Kerfoot with that tip pass, perfection.
Yeah, that was a sick play leading up to it.
Yeah, I was feeling good at that point too.
Yeah. Oh, I had so much faith in the Leafs at that point, that all I said was the Leafs need to carry momentum over to the second period because that's what they struggled with last game. They scored a late first period goal last game, and they failed to carry the momentum over to that period. But in a change of events again, VC scores 3 minutes in from Brody and Spezza, and let me say the top 6 is looking more elite than the bottom 6 is looking more elite than the top 6, which is not a good sign, even though it's good to get production from your bottom 6. And what can I say? VC again.
Yeah, he looked
I'm
good.
right.
That was nice. That was just a nice play by Brody though too.
Yeah.
VC was in the right spot at the right time, so like props to him for that. But that was
That's how
Brody.
all
Like
his goals have been though.
Brody could have shot that too. But yeah, it was a nice play.
Yeah. And then that's when the game started to really pick up. It was actually, I don't know if you guys caught the full second period, but it was getting really good. It was a high paced game back to back. It wasn't like, I wouldn't say like, even though there was no goals after that for a while, it wasn't boring to watch. Like I didn't find myself going on my phone like whenever. I was like watching the commercials, like ready to get to watch the game. And of course, the Leafs were winning at that point. But it looked like a really good game. And then both goalies were playing amazing. And Hyman, oh my God, Hyman was like Hyman. I'll give him real credit because throughout like the Edmonton series and this kind of slump with Vancouver, he's been playing out of his mind.
Yeah, well, the bottom six just looks good, like yeah, as a whole, but like Hyman especially. I think like in the bottom six, who's really stood out to me is Hyman. Spezza has flashes of like he's really working hard out there, and VC in the past couple of games. But I just think at this point right now, like when you think about it, Simmons would just be such a good piece to have back right now.
Yeah.
You know, 2 losses in a row. He just goes out and he gets momentum. He hits guys, gives the team momentum. And if he needs to, you know, especially when you give up a lead like that, a fight can shift momentum like crazy. So, I don't know. I think Simmons back in the lineup, hopefully by the end of this month, I think is his
Is that when they
return
said?
date. 20, I think in the 20s of March, yeah. March
So pretty
24th
soon.
or something. So it's been a while though. It feels like he hasn't played in a long time.
Yeah. Well, also
But anyway,
it's not like Vancouver's like a big team, right? I feel like he'd be able to dominate most
yeah,
like just overall like body checking wise and just be a dominant force out there against
Yeah.
especially Vancouver.
hmm
And it's like a change of scenery, you know, like we have like John Tavares, who's like a good shooter. Matthews, a good shot. Marner, a good shot. Nylander. And then Simmons just brings that like different aspect. Like he's in the front of the net. He can pot pucks,
yeah.
loose
It's
pucks
the
and
net
stuff.
front presence that gets everyone out of sorts. Like you could see like he's like a type of guy, but he's tougher. But he's kind of like JVR in that sense. Like I don't know. I always like JVR on the Leafs. He left in free agency, I think, but that's aside from the point here. But the net front presence really gets everyone on the other team out of sorts. Like when there's a huge guy like that in front of the net, that's tough, and he takes cross checks, he takes slashes, whatever. The goalie loses sight. The defensemen get all like antsy, and they're like, "I got to get this guy out of the way because I need my goalie to be able to see the puck." But Simmons, he'll sit there, he won't move, he'll take cross checks, he'll take slashes. So it's so good to have a guy like that that just stands there or just like has that strong net front presence. Um, and it helps. Like you can see it gives Matthews an extra second to shoot on the power play. It gives his line mates extra time in the corner, like whatever, right? So I guess the moral of my story is I miss Simmons on the Leafs right now.
Yeah,
I
But
you're a
mean,
little,
anyway,
you're
you're
missing
not
him a little
alone
bit too
there.
much.
I know
yeah.
he's not alone, but also before we jump, sorry about this if it's taking too long, but I feel like that's also um, what Simmons is doing perfectly, and what he's on the Leafs for is I feel like is what Keith wants. I don't know, this could be hot, or you guys could agree with me, but that's what they're looking for with Thornton. He's 6'4", he's a big guy, he's brittle, but I mean, he's a big guy, and it's not like he's got silky smooth, crazy hands like Matthews and Marner. He should be in the ruts. He should be in all that stuff, which is why maybe he's not a great fit for that line because he needs to be in those battles in those corners, and it's one touch to the ankle and he's out. You know, so
That's why I think Hyman's a better fit for that line personally. Hyman has speed that goes with Matthews and Marner. you
Or
can
even
see,
Kerfoot
you can see Thornton get caught behind the play sometimes
all the
because
time.
Matthews and Marner are so fast, both of them. So it's like, and he's not his fault. I mean, the guy is like 15th or 14th ranked um points getter of all time, right? Like he like it's just because he's 42 years old. He's slow. Like it's bound to happen, but he just doesn't keep up that well. And you can tell Hyman's really fast. He battles. He has a net front presence. He's not huge, but he has a net front presence.
Yeah.
He gets the puck out of the corner. He just complements Matthews and Marner better, I think. When they're playing weaker teams like Ottawa, for example, yeah, Thornton on with Matthews and Marner looks better.
Yeah.
It just is bound to look better
Yeah.
because Ottawa, like no offense if you're an Ottawa fan or whatever, you're not listening right now, but they're just so weak. Like they can win and whatever, they can win the odd game, but they're just like weak right now, and they're in rebuild, whatever. But it's easier to look good against a team like that anyway.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree though. I think just to touch on that a little bit.
That's you.
Thank you.
Yeah, bless you.
Thank you.
Thornton, like they're treating him like he's glass, you know. But I mean, if you're on a top line, regardless if you're 42, if you're playing first line, you got to get into the corners a little bit. But I like how he stays behind the net and he's always ready for the puck, so it's not that bad. But looking into the third period, I mean, I was just dying for Matthews and Marner to do something. It was like the Leafs just needed something done because the lead did not look secure at all. And then Nylander takes a bad penalty. And I wrote this when he took the penalty. I said Nylander takes a bad penalty, which could kill the Leafs' momentum and the lead.
Well, here's the thing. Here's a huge special teams. The Leafs special teams win hockey games. Every NHL coach ever will say that to their team. And today, Vancouver was 2 for 2 on power plays.
Yep.
And the Leafs were 0 for 1.
That's so weird because I wrote the time for the goal and I said I was right. Vancouver 2 for 2 on power play.
Yeah. So I mean that can't happen. First of all, you can't give up 2 power play goals. And if you do, you have to score on your power play that you get.
Exactly.
Power plays are so like people don't realize, but like maybe they do, but like power plays are so like
Crucial.
They're not rare, but they're like what?
Crucial.
Yeah, crucial is the exact word I was looking for. They're so crucial to capitalize on them because that's how you win games. Power plays and penalty kills. That's it. Like you can play a really good game, but at the end of the day, if you give up 2 power play goals, you're probably not going to win. So
that is true. And after that goal, about 40 seconds later, the Canucks score again, which just shows that they only won that game because of their power play. They wouldn't have scored that goal after if
that was such
Nylander
an
didn't get that
upsetting
penalty.
goal to watch, just to see that it actually went in.
What did you say, Jude?
Yeah.
That was so upsetting to watch, like the Hoglander goal.
Yeah. Oh man.
I hate that.
And the Leafs had some momentum a little bit like after that goal. But I was thinking, I wish it was 3-2 right now because if we actually scored, then it would be a game. But even if they scored with a minute left, you still have to go score another goal, and it was over at that point.
Yeah, after Vancouver's second power play goal to make it 2-2, the momentum was completely in their favor. They scored the goal right after that, and then that goal was actually caused by a Marner turnover, right? And then about 7 minutes or so later, I literally wrote Matthews and Marner playing terrible, and then at that 17-minute mark, Marner gave out the puck again, turned it over for a 3-on-1 after he made like a blind back pass in the neutral zone for absolutely no reason. And then I think that was the Hoglander goal. So that made it three straight goals for Vancouver, and 2 of them off Marner's turnovers.
Well,
yeah.
Go ahead, Philip.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, if you go to I'm just chipping in quick. If you go to the Maple Leafs Twitter and where it says 4-3 final, or 4-2 final, it's literally just Marner's name, just all the way down, just fans backstabbing him right now. So go ahead, Felly.
That's Toronto there. That's Toronto fans.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah?
they like praise Marner super hard, and then and as soon as he has one bad game, it's like get him off the team, trade him for pieces. Like no, but what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Matthews looks so out of sorts. Like you're saying, Matthews and Marner look bad, but I think I don't know. Matthews, it looks like he wants to score so bad that like he's not even thinking about scoring, if that makes sense. He wants to score so bad that he's like just like it's not like he's hungry for a goal even. It's not even like that. He just like looks like he wants a goal really bad and he's frustrated and he's got to get unfrustrated.
Exactly.
Because once you get frustrated, it's even harder to score a goal.
He's not himself, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you can just see it. It's like he's looking around for the puck and then he gets the puck and he's like, I want to go so bad, but like maybe I should pass it. And it's that extra thought of like, it's that extra second of like thinking, oh, I really want to shoot this, but it's a better option to pass. That times run out. You can't, you know.
Yeah.
Well, something that.
Go ahead, Jude.
You go.
I'm gonna have a long
All
thing,
right.
so you go
Well,
first.
one thing that was in my mind the entire game is another just me chipping in, and then you can go. Is Felly saying that if he took 100, he'd score 99, right? Like there were so many of those plays, right, where he was like there was a delayed penalty. I'm pretty sure it was right before a one power play, and it was just like he'd be missing by the slightest inch, right? Like there's something off about him. I don't know what it is. Like Felly's probably right. Mentality is huge, and that's probably what it is. It's probably that second guessing, hesitation. But that thought was just in my head the entire game, and it like Felly's take on that really brightened Matthews, right? Like he would score those, but he's just not.
Yeah, I think the thing is, I think as soon as he gets one more, and it's gonna happen soon. I don't know if it's against Winnipeg on Tuesday or Winnipeg on Thursday or whatever it is. It's gonna happen eventually because he's not gonna go goalless for the rest of the season. But as soon as he gets one more, he's gonna go crazy again.
Yeah.
All it takes is one though, to get right back in the rhythm. So
I agree with that. Unless he gets like hit by a bus or something, knock on wood.
Yeah,
He will obviously have a goal this year.
Yeah, and like a big factor of it for him is Marner on his game. When Marner's not on his game, Matthews not on his game. And when Matthews isn't on his game, Marner's not on his game because Marner can't get points if Matthews doesn't finish, and Matthews can't get points if Marner's not setting him up. So it goes both ways, you know.
Yeah.
They just have to get back on the same, on the same boat.
Yeah, and just to touch on that mentality thing, for a second, I think Felly can agree with this. When the best way to like solve like a scoring slump or even like a point slump, it's definitely about mentality, 100%. If he's trying way too hard right now, and it's clearly not working, so he just has to sit back, relax, think, the puck will come to me. You know, he obviously has that natural goal score gift, so it's just
he's gripping his stick. He's gripping his stick too hard right now.
Exactly.
That's really like he's just I don't know. And Tavares was, but he isn't now. It's like it's so weird. I wish they could just be on at the same time.
Yeah,
it's
just
it's
all
actually,
of them.
It's
like Nylander and Tavares and Matthews and Marner just be on at the same time.
I don't think we've ever seen like Matthews and Marner line and Tavares and Nylander's line play like
score
really well
in the same game.
Yeah,
like we haven't. Like I don't think Tavares and Matthews have scored in the same game.
Yeah,
I don't think it's happened.
So
no, we'd have to definitely run through stats, but it'd be so rare.
Maybe really early in the season, but it hasn't happened in the last 10, 15 games for sure.
And if you actually like look, like it's likely to happen. Matthews has 18 goals. Tavares has like what, 7 or 8?
He's got 9 now after today, or 10.
9 or 10 exactly.
Yeah, he might have 9 or 10. But I want to bring up Nylander is kind of looked over a little bit. You know, he's still part of like the big four or whatever on the Leafs, but he's looked past a little bit because he's overshadowed by Matthews and Marner and Tavares. But I just want to, like, he has 20 points in 23 games. He's got 10 goals and 10 assists. Like, there's first liners on other teams that don't do that, which is, that just shows you how deep the Leafs are. But anyway, I just wanted to say that.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah. Because if Nylander gets traded, he's a first liner on any other team. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, that's funny that you bring it up because I was thinking around the end of the game, not like around crunch time, but not like the empty net time. A line that I noticed was Spezza, Tavares, and Nylander, and those were personally for me the three hardest working guys this game. I thought they were making chances, they were making, but I can't count how many times I was like, okay, Nylander's got this one. Like the amount of times I've been like, okay, that's a sure goal. Like he's got that great wrist shot, he's got a great slap shot. It's just Demko. Like that's it. And and
they ran into a hot goalie. That's all. That's why they lost this game.
And honestly, yeah, like Felly's point with Nylander, I thought he played great this game. Like, and obviously him playing a great game, like that Tavares line having a pretty good game, overshadowed by Marner and Matthews having a bad game, right? Like that's just Leafs media.
Yeah, and we're not like the type of Leaf fans that are like, oh, trade Marner, like he's shit. Like they're allowed to have a bad game, and I mean, we're just hoping they come out better next time. Like,
but we have like 3 top 10 points guys, or 2 right now. So
yeah,
you can't like
we're
throw
first
them
in
under the
league.
bus
There's no flags
after like 3 bad games or whatever.
I'd say I wouldn't say the Edmonton game was that bad. I'd say maybe not a lot of show, but I'd say 2 bad games. The Vancouver.
Sorry,
game.
what was that one I was talking about? 2 bad games, my bad. 3 bad games. I guess I was saying 3 bad games for Marner. That's what was going on in my head. But yeah, 2 bad games for the Leafs. But
yeah, and we're still in first place. We might not have the best winning percentage, but we're right up there. And I mean, hey.
if you put it in, if you group it up a little bit, and you put the West Coast road trip into one, we won 3 out of 5 games. Doesn't really matter who it's against or whatever, but when you look at 3 out of 5 games, that's 9 points out of a possible
Come on, Eric,
Did you just say 9 points?
No, yeah, 9 points. 3. Sorry.
6 points out of 10.
Sorry. I meant 6 points out of 10. I don't know why I was thinking 9. I was thinking 3 times 3 times 3 for some reason, or 3 plus 3 plus 3.
It's okay. Good thing this is not a math podcast.
Anyway, no, yeah, they got 6 out of 10 points. So when you look at that, it's not terrible, but could be better. But whatever.
Yeah,
it would have been nice to at least take them to overtime one of these games, but
for sure.
Yeah,
we're so
it's
close.
Definitely we're not worried at all. So
nothing to worry about, Leafs fans.
Yep. Yeah, so I guess that's a good place to end it. Optimism for the Leafs fans.
Yeah, we're coming back out on Tuesday for the next Leafs game.
Yeah.
Leafs versus Winnipeg. Are we announcing it, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, we'll announce it. Yeah, you can announce it.
All right, so we have a guest coming on. He's a YouTuber and he's a big Winnipeg Jets fan. Eric, what's his name? It's
Nolan
Hockey Podcast, and he's going to be joining us on Tuesday for our after game review. So it should be interesting having 3 Leafs fans and a Jets fan reviewing the game. So go check him out as well if you're into that kind of, if you're into after game reviews and whatever. And even though he's a Jets fan, he's pretty hilarious to watch.
Yeah, he's really funny,
especially when they lose. So yeah, go check him out, and he's joining us on Tuesday. So
yeah, we'll link him in the description next video. And yeah, it should be interesting, especially if the Leafs crush the Jets. That's gonna be
really funny, guys.
Yeah, so I guess we'll end it there. So thank you guys for watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify or any other platform. We personally thank you from the Buds in the Box, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.